Nice. Everyone ready, steady on their mats? Good. Oh, arriving on Tuesday evening. Everyone in their own space. Nice. Good, guys. And we start in a nice child pose. So feet together, knees open, and lean forward. Stretch the back. Long arms. And give yourself some time to really breathe into your chest. Release tension in your shoulders. And arrive here on the ground, on your mat. Melting into the floor. Good. And then slowly, slowly start rolling up. Round spine. Good. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Nice and slow. And then from here, let your belly button lead back towards the floor. Melting back. Nice. In waves. And then come up, curled. Curved. Round. Nice. And again, melting down, belly button leads. Slowly and gentle. In your rhythm. Up and down. Nice. Really softening in the spine. And then last time, roll up, round spine. Good. Nice. And then from here, come into an easy seat. Maybe cross your legs or soles of the feet together, whatever you prefer. And we take a few nice head circles. Close your eyes if you like. Massaging into the neck. Good. And other direction. Nice. And then from here, come into center and we circle in our chest. Yes, activate your stomach muscles as well, your core. Open wide with your chest to the front and curve back. Good. Nice. Yes. Good. And then other direction. Good. Massaging into the hips as well. Nice. And then come back to center. We lift our hands onto our shoulders. Our elbows touch. And then we squeeze our shoulder blades together. Really bend into, bend here. Good. Wide open in the sternum. And then round back. Elbows touch. Good. And open wide. In your rhythm, close and open. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Great. And then from here, open the elbows to the side. Pull your top of the head up and rotate from side to side. Look back. Grow longer and longer. Lovely. And then come back to the front, elongate your arms and circle in your wrists. Open your fingers wide. Nice. Good, and other side, other direction. Good. And then from here, we place our hands onto the mat, roll over our chins, and come into tabletop position. And then from here, before we start, really find your neutral. So your hands are just underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Good. Belly button is slightly lifted. So you have a core strength. And the top of the head pulls you forward to really long in the neck. Good. And then from here, start melting in your elbows. We have a little improvisation here. So really try what movement is possible here in the shoulders, in the wrists, in the elbows, in the head. Good. Softening into the back, into the arms. Good. Opening, bending, rotating, circling. Lovely. Good. And then come back, strong in the arms, long in the elbows, and we take a few big hip circles. Be quite rigorous. Yes. Good. Oiling the joints, and then other direction, sorry. Lovely. And then from here, come back to neutral and we straighten the left leg. A stretch in the calf. Maybe give a little push from the hands so you really feel the left heel pulling back. Good. Nice. And then other leg. Great. Lovely. And then come back, place down the balls of your feet and come into downward dog. Stretch your legs, long in the sides of your body. And take a few deep breaths here. Really find your position. Enjoy this moment of length behind your knees, in your lower back. Your chest melting towards the floor, towards the ground. And then from here, walk through your feet. Heels up and down. Softening. Great. Nice. And then place both heels back down. Lift your right leg. Nice and long here behind the knees. Good. And place your right foot underneath you into low lunge. Observe if your front leg is 90 degrees bent, not too far over, not too far straight, just 90 degrees. Great. And then from here, we lift into high lunge, long in the front body. Left heel is pulling back, wide and open. Nice. And then from here, we bend our left knee, place it down, pull our elbows down, and lift back up. Bending down and lifting up. Deep breaths in and out. Good, guys, great. Yes, keep going. Nice, and then from here, elongate your arms into diagonal. We take a few big circles back. Ooh, really open up. Nice. Yeah. Good. One more. And then from here, come into warrior two. So shift the back foot and open up. Nice, long and sliced. Good, yes. Long arms. Look beyond your right hand. And feel the heat start burning in the legs. Great. And then place your right elbow onto your right knee and open up. Good. Open up in the chest, look even to the sky, to the walls above you. Great. And then from here, come into peaceful warrior. Bend back, open wide. And then melt down. Windmill your hands back to the floor. Shift your back foot. And place your left knee down. Place your left shin down. And then let your hips, especially your hip flexors, open wide. If you like, place your hands onto your right knee and open even wider. Good. And then from here, shift back, flex the front foot. Good. Long behind the knee. And then let your chest melt towards the knee, towards the chin. Imagine your top of the head wants to touch your toes. So rather than pressing down, try to even get longer. Nice. And then shift back to the front. Place your right foot back and come into downward dog. Good. Maybe you feel already different compared to the first time in downward dog. Good. And then lift the left leg long. And then pull the left leg towards the front and come in low lunge. Here again, observe if you have 90-degree angle in your front leg. Right foot is pulling back. And then lift up into high lunge. Long in the front body. Good. And then we pull knee and elbows down and lift up. Down and lift up. Good, deep breaths in and out. Inhale and exhale. And then last time from here, come into diagonal and draw big circles with your arms. Good. Take your time. One more. And then shift your back foot, come into warrior two. Open up long and wide. Look beyond your left hand. And then place your left elbow onto your left knee. Look towards the sky. Wide and open in the chest and the shoulders. And then from here, come into peaceful warrior. And windmill your arms towards the floor. Shift your back foot back to parallel. And then slowly place your right knee onto the ground. And melt softly into your hip flexors in the hips. And if you like, lift your chest. Good. Just have to let someone in. Stay there. Good. Nice, deep inhales and exhales. And then from here, push back. Stretch the front leg, flex in the foot, and pull yourself long. Yes. Lovely. Good. Try to relax you into the muscles. Good. And then from here, come back to the front and step with the right foot to the left foot. So you come into forward fold. Let your upper body hang here. Arms heavy, head heavy, shoulders heavy. And take a few deep in and exhales. Nice. And then we place our hands onto our shin bones. Open up wide. And back into forward fold. Then bend your knees, come to a little squat. And make sure you have a little space behind you because we roll back into rock and roll. And relax our back. Ooh, enjoy this motion. Yay. Good. And then from here, try to come into standing. It's okay if it takes a few trials. Come into chair pose. Yes. Great. Good. Here again. Find your shoulders pulling back. Long in the arms. Good. And then we lift our heels. Press our knees together and place the heels back down. Lift up. And place down. Lift up. Belly button is lifted as well. Last time. Great. And then stretch up. Long between fingertips and feet. Shoulders melting down. Nice. Enjoy the length in the body. And then from here, we grab our hands and bend to one side and towards the other side. Great. And then come back to the top of your mat. Take a deep dive into forward fold. Place your hands onto your chins, open up, breathe in, breathe out, let go. Bend your knees. And then from here, from the squat, slowly roll down onto your back. Slowly, slowly. Nice. And then lift your knees. And just take a little rock from side to side. Over your lower back. And then from here we circle with our knees. So hold on to your kneecaps. And then circle here. And then other direction. Lovely. Good. And then come back to center. Elongate your legs above you. And find the point of balance. As if your legs would just hang there without any weight. Just hang in the air. Great. And then from here, feel like your belly button is pulling towards your ground, pulling towards your spine. And then we elongate the left side. So left leg and left arm towards the ground and lift up. Other side, right leg, right arm, elongate and lift back up. Good. Feel the strength in your core. The lower back stays on the ground when you press into your core muscles. Nice. And then from here into diagonal. So left foot, right arm, elongate. Come back to center, other side. Left arm, right foot. Deep inhales and exhales. And then each side one more time. Great. And then bend your knees back down to your chest. And then we elongate our left foot, our left leg, and bend our right leg towards the left side. Come into a twist, open up in your right shoulder. Look over your right shoulder. Breathe into the floor. Nice, and then change sides. So right leg elongates and the left leg goes over to the right side. Open up in the left shoulder. Look towards the left. And then come back to center. And we come back into rock and roll just a couple of times. And then come back into the chair pose from here. Whoop. Good. Breathe. Good. Find your length here again. Length also in the lower core, underneath your belly button. And then press the palms of your hands together. And then we twist towards the right. So you can have an even deeper push here if you place your left elbow onto your right knee. Look up. Nice twist. Great. And then from here, lift up, come into standing, long and tall. And then we grab our hands and really bend into our upper back. Good. Pull the shoulder blades from each other. And then grab your hands behind your back and open up in your chest and your sternum. Lovely. And relax your arms. Take a little swing if you like. Good. And then from here, we turn out our feet. So the toes are looking towards the outside. We feel our length here in our body. And then we lift our left knee into passe. Lift your arms up. Great. And then we bend our standing leg and come into balance. Slowly, slowly, take your time. Long. And then come back into standing. Grab your left foot, pull it up, even a bit higher. And then let it melt down back to the floor. Into first position, turned out. And then we lift our heels, lift our arms, and melt down into deep plie. The heels keep lifted. Good, and then place down your hands onto the floor. Place down your heels and stretch your legs. Let your upper body hang and then close the toes. So you come back into parallel. Nice. And then from here, step back your left foot into low lunge. And then from here, directly into high lunge. And from here, we circle open. So the first time we circled down, now we circle open, open the chest. Good. And then place down your left hand and open in your chest, twist towards your front leg. Nice. And then change hands. Shift your back foot and twist open towards the other side. Press your shoulder into your knee. And then from here, if you like, grab from underneath your thigh. Hold your hands behind your back. And then stretch your front leg. It's also okay if you just place your hand down. It's absolutely fine. It's just a little extra push for those who want it. Good. And then from here, come into warrior two. Long and wide. And then in peaceful warrior, bend back and wimpy your arms down. Shift your back foot parallel. Nice. And then come into downward dog. Good. You find your support of your feet and your hands underneath you. Really push into those points. And then we lift up our heels, roll through your back into plank, lower down, and open into cobra. Shoulders down, wide and open. And then bend your knees and come back into downward dog. 2 more times in your rhythm in your tempo. Slowly, slowly massaging in your body. Nice. And then when you're back in downward dog, pull your heels towards the ground. Nice. And then we lift our left foot, our left leg. Good. And pull our knee towards our chest. Hold here. Really long, really strong. Good. And pull back up. Nice. Now towards the outside elbow. Open in your hips. Nice. And lift up. Last time, diagonal. Towards your right elbow. Hold here. And elongate. Nice. And then place your left foot down. Place your knees down. And come into child's pose. Relax in your arms and your shoulders. And then slowly roll up. Find yourself into a seated position. Legs in front of you. Good. Nice. And we find ourselves into the boat pose. So we lift up our legs, our calves. Knees are together, thighs are together, feet are together. Arms and hands next to our calves, along the spine. Nice. Hold here. Open up your heart towards the sky. Deep inhale and exhale. Good. And then come down, bend over your legs, open your knees wide. Melt your chest. And then boat pose, second round. Back to the same position. Nice. Grow even longer. And then elongate your legs if you like. Stay if you want, stay in bend position or elongate. It's up to you. Open your heart, open your chest, open your sternum. Deep inhale and exhale. Good. And then melt down towards the front. Good. Let your head hang. And then from here we roll over our chin bones, come into tabletop, come into downward dog, and then walk towards your hands. Let your body hang here. Place your hand onto your chins, open up, stretch the lower back long, and melt back down into forward fold. And then from here we come into chair pose. So squeeze knees together, squeeze the thighs together. Feet are next to each other. Good. Pull your belly button towards your spine. Long here. And then place the palms of the hands together and twist towards the left. Here again, if you place your right elbow onto your left knee, you have a little resistance here you can push from to come even wider into the stretch. Nice, guys, good. Great. And then from here, come up into a long body. Shoulders are melting down. And then we open up into first position. Feet are turned out here in the hips as well, very important. Long in the front body. And then we lift our right foot into passe. Grow even longer. And then bend your left leg, standing leg. And come into balance. Take your time here. Let your body figure it out. Nice. And then come back into passe. And place your foot down. Pull your foot up. And then place your foot down into turned up position. From here, lift our heels into releve. And then melt the knees wide open into a déplie. And then place your hands onto the ground, place your heels down, stretch your legs. And then shift your feet together into parallel. Lovely. And then place your right foot back into lunge, into low lunge. And from here into high lunge. Right heel pulls back. And then we open the arms, circle the arms wide open. Ui. Good. And then right hand onto the floor, open towards the front leg. Nice, strong here in the arm. Good, and then swap hands. Let your right foot shift open. Good, and open here to the other side. Look up and press shoulder into knee. Nice, and then let your hands touch behind you and stretch the front leg if you like. Good, and come from here into warrior two, open up widely. And from here, come into peaceful warrior, stretch back. And then wing your hands towards the floor. Shift your back foot back into parallel. And then come into downward dog. Nice. Here again, push your supporting points into the floor. Become even longer. Pull your heels towards the mat. Let your chest melt. Great, and then we lift our heels, roll into plank, lower down, and open up into cobra. Bend your knees 2 more times. Enjoy this motion. Good, last time. Great. And then back into downward dog. Lift your right leg long and tall. And then squeeze your right knee towards your chest. Hold here, strong in the arms. And lift back up. Now open towards the right elbow, open in the hips. Good, and pull up. Last time diagonal towards your left elbow. And pull up. Good, and then place your foot down. Melt your knees down, come into tabletop, and then from here, let your hips keep lifted. And then just melt your front body towards the floor. Lower your chest here. Right. And then slowly crawl back onto kneeling plantar stretch. So we basically sit on our heels. The balls of our feet are onto the floor, so you have a nice stretch. Here, as you can see, you have a nice stretch for your toe joints and also in your foot. And then we lift up our arms, open up wide, pull back our elbows, open even wider in the sternum. And then round your front body, pull your elbows together and open back up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and elongate the arms. One more time. Press down elbows. And then circle your elbows towards the front. Round here. And then open up. Nice, and elongate your arms. Great, and then we place our hands in front of us. Stretch our legs, come into downward dog. Lift your heels. Bend your knees, look forward, and jump towards the front of your mat, towards your hands. Let your front body hang here, heavier and heavier. And then come up with a long spine, long arms towards the side. Nice. And then from here, we come into tree pose. So the left foot into the right thigh, palms into each other, knee widely opened. Stay long in the front body, still engage your core. Nice, and find your focus here. Maybe look at the point in front of you. Good, and then replace this left foot on your right thigh. Bend your right thigh, bend your standing leg. And then you can even let your upper body bend over a bit and stretch here. Nice. And then place your foot down, lift up, melt towards the forward fold. long arms, long back. Come to a small squat and rock and roll back. Ooh. Here again, massage over the whole back body. Nice. And then next time, leave your feet behind your head. Become longer and wider in your neck. Let your hands help you on the back if you want. Good. And then from here, slowly, slowly melt down back towards the mat. Vertebrae by vertebrae. And then lower down your legs. Slowly, slowly. Good. Strong here in the front body. And then let them relax. Great. And then place the feet onto the mat. And lift your left knee towards your chest. And then from here, stretch your left leg slowly, slowly. Good. Try to relax your upper body, your chest. Nice. And then we bend the left leg and we stretch. We bend and we stretch. We bend and we stretch. And next time we also stretch the right leg onto the mat. Nice. 3 more times. Bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. Last time, bend and stretch. And then from here, open towards the side. Nice. Open here into second position. And then take your left knee towards the right. Open up in your left shoulder. Look over the left. Maybe you feel a difference to earlier in the hour when we had the stretch. Lovely. And then come back to center. Great. And rock and roll. So you come and roll over your chin bones, back to tabletop. Great. And from here we come into thread the needle. So the left arm goes underneath the right arm. So we have a twist here and the right arm elongates. Nice. Nice pull in the shoulder. Good. And then change sides. Right arm underneath the left arm. Great. And then place both hands back onto the mat. And come into downward dog. From here, we lift our left leg first, just parallel. Nice. Longer and longer behind the knees. And then open up, turn out the left leg. Good. Grow longer and longer. Open wider and wider. Nice. And then back to parallel. Slowly, slowly, and then place down your foot. From here, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward and jump forward. Oop. Between your hands. And then with a long back, long arms over the sides, come back into standing. And from here into tree pose. Right foot into the left thigh. And then palms of the hands together. Long in the front body. Find your focus. Nice. And then place the right foot onto the left thigh. Let your upper body melt down. Open even wider in the right knee, in the right hip. Great. And then place your right foot down, lift up, come into forward fold. Place your hands down, bend your knees, come to a squat and rock and roll back. Woo. Nice. Enjoy this moment of just letting go. Good. And then leave your feet behind your head. And then for those who would like to try it, come into candle. So we slowly, slowly lift our legs. Come into a straight position. Become wider in the neck. Nice. And then melt slowly, slowly back down. And then roll up your back onto the floor. Lower your legs slowly, slowly. Nice. And feel the length of the back body on the floor. From here, place your feet onto the floor. Lift your right knee towards your chest. And then slowly, slowly straighten up your right leg above you. Good. Try to release the muscles you don't need right now. And then bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. Next time also stretch your lower leg. Good. Bend and stretch. Become longer and longer behind the knees. And then next time, open up into second position. Nice wide stretch in the hip. And then place that right knee onto the left side of you. Open in the right shoulder, look right. And then come back to center. Take a little swing, front and back. Ooh, and roll over your chins into tabletop. Good. And then from here, we place our hands quite far from us to the front. Yeah, puppy pose, but a bit wider. Good. And then let your shoulders stretch here. Good. Open up. Nice. And then place your hands down. You come into downward dog. Good. Nice and long. And then we lift our right leg parallel in the hips, become longer and longer behind the knees. Good. Feel the nice stretch in the calves. And then open up. Turn out in the hip. Good. Pull the heel towards the sky. Nice. And then rotate back into parallel. And then place the leg down. Take one last down dog shift. So lift your heels, roll through the body, melt down, open up into cobra. Bend your knees. Good. And then place your knees down and find your way towards the floor. And then lift your knees. Lift your forehead towards your knees. Last inhale and exhale. Find relaxation. Find the heaviness in your body. Close your eyes. And let your breath calm you down. Enjoy the heaviness in your muscles, in your bones, in your joints. And let go. I'm not done yet. And then from here, come slowly back into space. Wriggle in your fingertips and toes. Remobilize your body, your joints, wherever you need. Let your head rock from side to side. Open slowly your eyes. Let the light back in. And then slowly roll onto one of your sides. And find your way back into easy seat, cross-legged position. Good. Long and tall. Wideness in your chest, in your sternum. Wideness in your sides. Shoulders are melting down. And then find your hands on the position of your heart. And we draw a big circle over the sides. Close up above us and melt back down. And then other direction, open up above you and melt back down. Close back towards your heart center. Nice, guys. Great.